In this video, we will talk about the French Revolution, liberty, equality, and fraternity, so make sure to watch the full video. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, was a pivotal event that reshaped France and the world. Driven by a combination of social inequality, economic hardship, and political discontent, the revolution brought an end to centuries of monarchy and feudal privilege. It introduced the powerful ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity, which inspired global movements for democracy and human rights. Over the course of 10 years, France underwent dramatic transformations, from the storming of the Bastille to the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. The revolution's impact extended far beyond France, influencing political systems and sparking revolutions across the globe. 1. Introduction to the French Revolution. A turning point in history. The French Revolution, beginning in 1789, is one of the most monumental events in world history. It not only transformed France but also had far-reaching effects on the course of global politics, economics, and society. It marked the end of absolute monarchy and feudal privileges while paving the way for democratic ideals and the rise of republicanism. The revolution altered the French social structure, abolished old systems of hierarchy, and gave birth to the modern notion of citizenship. It inspired a wave of revolutionary movements across Europe and even influenced revolutionary thoughts in countries outside Europe, such as Latin America and the United States. The ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity continue to shape modern democratic societies. 2. The causes of the French Revolution. Political, economic, and social factors. The French Revolution was the result of a combination of political, economic, and social causes that had been brewing for many years. Politically, King Louis XVI's weak leadership and the monarchy's inability to address the problems facing the nation led to a loss of trust and credibility. Economically, France faced severe financial strain from its involvement in costly wars, including the American Revolution, and the lavish spending of the royal family. Socially, France's rigid class system, where the nobility and clergy enjoyed privileges while the common people, or third estate, suffered under heavy taxes and poverty, created deep resentment. The Enlightenment ideals of equality and human rights also played a significant role in inspiring the revolutionaries to challenge the established order. 3. The fall of the Bastille. The spark of revolution. The storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789, is often seen as the symbolic starting point of the French Revolution. The Bastille, a fortress and prison, was viewed as a symbol of the king's tyranny and oppression. Parisians, fearing that King Louis XVI might use military force to suppress the growing unrest, stormed the prison in search of weapons and gunpowder. This event not only represented the people's rebellion against the monarchy but also signified a wider struggle for freedom and justice. The fall of the Bastille ignited the French Revolution, leading to widespread uprisings and the eventual collapse of the old regime. Bastille Day remains a national holiday in France, celebrating the spirit of revolution and liberty. 4. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen. One of the most important outcomes of the early stages of the French Revolution was the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen, adopted on August 26, 1789. This document, heavily influenced by Enlightenment thinkers such as Rousseau and Montesquieu, declared that all men are born free and equal in rights. It established key principles such as the right to liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppression. It also set the foundation for a new legal system, emphasizing that the law must be the expression of the general will and that all citizens have the right to participate in the creation of laws. The Declaration was a cornerstone of the revolution and laid the groundwork for the establishment of a democratic republic. 5. The Reign of Terror. The radical phase of the revolution. The Reign of Terror, which lasted from 1793 to 1794, was one of the most violent and radical phases of the French Revolution. It was marked by extreme measures taken by the revolutionary government to protect the revolution from internal and external threats. Led by the radical Jacobins, particularly Maximilien Robespierre, the revolutionaries initiated widespread arrests, trials, and executions of those suspected of being enemies of the revolution. Thousands were guillotined, including Queen Marie Antoinette, and prominent figures such as Georges Danton and even Robespierre himself. The Reign of Terror intensified the revolution's radical transformation but ultimately led to political instability, culminating in Robespierre's downfall and execution, which ended the terror but left a dark legacy on the revolution. 6. The rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. From revolutionary general to emperor, Napoleon Bonaparte's rise to power was one of the most significant outcomes of the French Revolution. A military genius, Napoleon gained popularity through his successes in battle, particularly during campaigns in Italy and Egypt. Amidst the chaos and instability following the revolution, He seized power in 1799 through a coup d'état, establishing himself as first consul of France. His reforms, including the Napoleonic Code, which codified civil law, modernized education, and centralized government, were based on revolutionary principles but also concentrated power in his hands. By 1804, Napoleon declared himself emperor, effectively ending the revolution's republican ideals. His subsequent military conquests expanded the French Empire across much of Europe but also set the stage for eventual conflicts and his downfall. 7. The role of the Enlightenment in inspiring the revolution. The French Revolution was deeply influenced by the philosophical and intellectual movements of the Enlightenment. Thinkers like John Locke, Voltaire, Montesquieu, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau advocated for reason, individual rights, and the importance of democratic governance. Their ideas questioned the legitimacy of absolute monarchy and emphasized the concept of natural rights, liberty, equality, and fraternity, which became central to the revolutionary cause. Enlightenment principles, such as the separation of powers, the idea of popular sovereignty, and the belief that government should be based on the consent of the governed, directly shaped the political and social reforms that occurred during the Revolution, setting the stage for the development of modern democracies. 8. The end of the monarchy. The execution of Louis XVI. King Louis XVI's execution in 1793 marked the definitive end of the French monarchy and the culmination of the revolutionary forces. Despite attempts to flee France and escape the revolution, Louis XVI was arrested and charged with treason. After a trial, he was found guilty and sentenced to death by guillotine. His execution was a dramatic symbol of the revolution's success and a clear statement that the monarchy's power was gone. The execution also deepened the divide between revolutionaries and royalists, sparking further internal conflict and contributing to the violence of the Reign of Terror. The monarchy's fall was a pivotal moment, paving the way for the establishment of a republic and the rise of revolutionary leaders like Napoleon. 9. The impact of the French Revolution on Europe and the world. The French Revolution had a profound and lasting impact not only on France but also on Europe and the world. The revolution's ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity inspired other nations to challenge autocratic regimes and fight for democratic reforms. It helped spread nationalist movements across Europe, leading to the eventual unification of countries like Italy and Germany. Additionally, the French Revolution contributed to the abolition of feudalism and the spread of secularism. The rise of modern political ideologies, such as socialism and liberalism, can also be traced back to the revolution's influence. On a global scale, it inspired revolutions in Latin America and set the stage for future political upheavals. 10. The legacy of the French Revolution. Shaping modern democracies. The French Revolution's long-term legacy continues to shape the modern world, especially in the context of democratic governance and human rights. The revolution introduced the concept of universal citizenship, where people, not birthright, determine their place in society. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen remains a cornerstone of democratic values and the protection of civil liberties. The revolution also inspired political movements advocating for social justice, equality, and human rights, not only in France but worldwide. The revolutionary ideals influenced the creation of constitutions and democratic governments and laid the foundation for modern political systems based on republicanism, constitutional law, and the idea of equality before the law. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.